guys, it's Megan. So today I am doing a highly requested video and I'm going to review and swatch the MAC Nordstrom Naturals palette. Spoiler alert, I'm obsessed. I wasn't going to do a video like this because it sold out online and it's not like widely available still at stores, but I was able to get this a few weeks ago at the Christiana Mall in Delaware. There's only one left after I bought this one, but you can like call Nordstrom and they can look up what stores might have them and you can maybe order them through that. But I was requested a lot to do a review and swatch video on this, so I don't know how helpful this is now, but I'm going to do it. So it's a 15 pan eyeshadow palette. It says all the names of the shadows on this little sticker on the back. It's very odd to me though, because nowhere on here does it say like Nordstrom Naturals. Like it just says eyeshadow times 15 and then it lists all the shadows in order of how they're laid out. But it doesn't say Nordstrom Naturals anywhere on it. Like I just think that's kind of weird because if you're not someone like us who is obsessed with like knowing the names of everything, you wouldn't even know the name of this palette. So it's 15 shadows. They are all in MAC's permanent range, which I think is really cool. A lot of their like pre-made 15 pan palettes, like the Cool x9 and the Warm x9, those seem to have shades that I've never heard of before, but these colors are all ones that I have heard of before, and most of them I didn't already have in my collection, but they're ones that I have wanted in my collection. So this has been so much fun. I have enjoyed using it so much over the past few weeks. It's just like the normal MAC packaging. Like you could buy an empty 15 pan like this and then it's a magnetic and it's just plastic, and I love it. I love it so much. It was $85, but if you were to buy like the palette and then 15 pans of eyeshadow, it would be $160. So it's expensive to put like that much money into one palette, but when you think about it, you're getting a really great deal getting it pre-made. They also have a Nordstrom's Finest palette that I don't love the colors in it as much. I really, really wanted this one specifically, and I'm so thankful I got it. It was like a miracle that I did, but it's absolutely beautiful, and if any of you were able to get it too, I know that you're loving it as well. So what I especially love about this palette is that it goes like from light to dark. I'm a very like, I don't know, this just makes sense to me. Like this is so pleasing to my eye. I don't like when there's like dark like randomly, because in the Nordstrom's Finest, like the darker ones are like in the middle and I'm just like, why? And that just annoys me, and that's probably annoying that I'm annoyed by that, but this is just absolutely perfect. I was asked if these pans come out, and I honestly am not sure. I don't have a magnet or anything to try to get them out, and so I just don't know. I would imagine that they would, but honestly, I am not sure. So that is obviously not very helpful. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so I'm going to swatch this. I love it. Like I have mentioned, there is an awesome mix of mattes and like shimmery colors or like satin colors. So I'll just go through them and just list off what they are. So this is Vapor and it's a Ava Lux Pearl. This is Honey Lust and it is a luster. This one is All That Glitters and this is a Ava Lux Pearl. Wait, what is V? Vapor and it says V. I don't know what V stands for. So this is like V. Velvet? No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. But this is All That Glitters. It's a Ava Lux Pearl. Saddle is a matte. Mulch is a V as well. I'm not sure what that is. This is Rice Paper and it is a frost. Amber Lights is a frost. Woodwinked is a Ava Lux Pearl. Wedge is a matte. And Brun is a satin. This is Omega and it is a matte. Satin Taupe is a frost. I'm wearing Satin Taupe on my eyes today. Embark is a matte. Beauty Marked is a V as well. And then Carbon is a matte. So if you're anything like me and you don't have a ton of MAC shadows, but you've heard of like a lot of these, this is like the perfect palette for you to just be able to try. And it's a nice mix of cool and warm. I just love that there's a mixture of finishes. I think that that is really important and not a lot of palettes have that, and that is why I don't buy a lot of palettes. I pretty much buy single shadows or little quads. So I'm gonna swatch these for you going by the row, and they're just super nice. I love MAC shades. They are my absolute favorite eyeshadow formulation because they're hard in the pan, and that means it doesn't have a lot of kick up. It doesn't have a lot of fallout. And as you can see, because this is just how my palette looks, it does have a little bit of dust, but that's because I like really swirl my brush in these, and they're just absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna start with this. This is Vapor, and that is just like a creamy white shade. Next is Honey Lust. And I don't have anything on my hands, like no primer. Next is All That Glitters. They're just really, really nice. This is, oh crap, what is that one? Saddle. MAC mattes are really, really nice. And then Mulch is the last one in that row. So that is just 5 really nice shades. You could do look with those very easily because you have the matte, and then you have some shimmers, and then this latest shade, Vapor. Even though I don't know what V is, it's very sheer. This is probably like the least pigmented one, but it's nice for like a highlight, like under my brow bone. I don't always like a lot, so that's probably the least impressive. You probably cannot even see it on my hand. But these are all really, really nice. And I think that they are very similar quality as the normal MAC shadows. Let me get my little palette. This is Mulch, which I just swatched for you guys. So I already have this one, but just so we can see. So this one in the MAC Nordstrom Naturals looks a little more pigmented than the MAC Mulch that I got just like as a single. So I'm not sure if that says anything about this palette. That MAC Mulch that I had before is older, but that is the first row. Then this is Rice Paper, and I've always heard so much about Rice Paper, and that one is just like a shimmery color. It's very pretty. It's like a yellowy tone. Then we have, I think that's Amber Lights. Yeah, this one is like a gold color. So pretty and so smooth. This one is one that I reach for the most. This very middle color. And this is Woodwinked. And that is Ava Lux Pearl. Oh, it's so pretty. I just love the like shimmery colors from MAC. They're so beautiful. And this one is Wedge. And in the pan, Wedge looks very, very neutral. But when you put it on your eye, it's quite warm, which is surprising. So that is Wedge. And that's matte. Then Brun is kind of a greenish brown. Now the lights are shining in like the angels are singing over these shades. Okay, so that was the second row. So we have the first 2 rows on my arm. Okay, then this is Omega, which I've really grown to love Omega. Okay, I don't know if this was the best idea. So this one is not like absurdly pigmented. As you can see, I use this today for a crease color. I think that it's a really nice shade to start out your look. So that's what I do with Omega. Satin taupe. Oh, this is what I'm wearing also today. This is just the most beautiful purpley brown. So that's the one in the palette, and let me swatch the one that I have as a single, just to see. Okay. So they are a little different. It's very strange, right? So that is one thing that I think is a little weird. Okay, but it's beautiful either way. Then this one is Embarked, which is a reddish brown, which is a matte. Beauty Marked is a sparkly deep plum, but pretty much the sparkles just go away when they're on your eye. I have this over my liner today, and literally all the sparkles just fall away. So if you're buying it because of the sparkles, like if you buy that shade because of the sparkles, you won't get any sparkles. And then the last shade is Carbon, which is just their matte black, and that one doesn't swatch very well. Yeah, that like kind of sucks when you swatch it. I also have that as a single. Let's see. Swatch is a little better. I think mattes are hard to swatch, especially when they're like tightly packed like MAC shades are. But it's nice on the eye. Like it's easier to work with on the eye. So those are all of the MAC Nordstrom Naturals swatches. And I hope that you can see them. But they're very, very beautiful. If you can get your hands on this, I really recommend it. I think that it's totally worth it if you don't have most of these shades. I know a lot of people that are into MAC probably have most of these shades. I only had 3 repeats, and they're shades that I really love. Of course, I wish that they didn't have any of the same colors, but it's okay because this is a beautiful curation of colors. I think that all of these go together so well. I have done so many different looks: warm looks, cool looks, simple looks, more complicated looks, smoky looks, natural looks. It's literally a perfect palette to me, and I don't think that I would change anything about this palette, because even though this is not very pigmented and some of these don't swatch very well, they work really, really nicely on the eye with your technique and with different brushes and stuff. I just have really enjoyed this palette. So that is my rave review on this, and then the swatches I hope were helpful. I always feel nervous doing swatches because of course I want them to be good enough to help you guys make an informed decision, but it's hard to do swatches like on camera, I don't know. But anyhow, that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're able to get your hands on this, let me know, and let me know how you guys are liking this palette if you have it. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you really soon. Bye.